Hey guys!
Hello!
It's the SG Flixters and we are back with our movie review of
Jurassic World Dominion.
Jurassic World Dominion. Wow, we just caught this last night. You didn't really remember the first two Jurassic World movies, right?
I remember the first one. I didn't watch the second one.
Oh, so she's coming into this not even knowing about the second movie.
Yeah, so you have like the dinosaur movie connoisseur. And then I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah. So, like, from what we saw from the trailers, like, the original three actors are back.
The original cast.
The original cast, the three of them. Ellie Sattler, Ian Malcolm, and Alan Grant. Yeah, so just seeing them back on the screen together was, like, eye-popping for me, you know? Jurassic Park was, like, the first movie I watched in theatre. And it's, like, I was obsessed with it. I think I watched it, like, at least 100 times.
100.
You know, I even wrote books about it. And sticker books and all kinds. I wrote the entire plot in a separate book.
When you were how old?
I can't remember. Primary school.
Primary school?
Yeah, so I was obsessed with the movie. I remember every single detail, every single line, everything that happens throughout the movie. I can recall it just like that. Because I watched it that many times.
And you still can now?
Yes.
Okay. So I watched the first Jurassic Park. I didn't watch Jurassic Park 2 and 3.
You said you were afraid from the first movie, right? Like the scenes.
I did find the first movie quite
a bit scary.
I can't remember how old I was. Probably upper primary.
The
Yeah.
velociraptors in the kitchens and
Yeah, I can. To me, when I think of Jurassic Park, I think of that scene, like the two kids hiding and then
in the kitchen.
in the kitchen. Yeah.
And, yeah, that was a bit scary if you're a younger viewer, right? Like
Yeah.
then the T-Rex eating the guy from the toilet.
Somehow that didn't really scare me as much as the. I
think
think it's the tension.
The scariest scene would be the two cars and then the T-Rex is attacking the cars. I mean, I found that was scarier than the kitchen scene.
I think for me it's those tension scenes. Like, so this movie, so this Jurassic World,
yeah.
I felt it had a lot of tension scenes.
Yeah.
So
It was similar vein to Jurassic World 2. Like, it was more horror, like, you know, the suspense and the tension, and yeah, it had a very similar vibe. But you didn't watch
I didn't watch, no.
JW2, so
but I would say I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Yeah, I really thought it was cool how they had the dinosaurs in the city. And we saw a bit of it in the trailer.
Yeah.
How like there was like the car race, but it was a dino race with a motorbike.
and
you know?
raptors chasing after him.
Yeah, I usually zone out during car races, but for this one I was not
It's a
zoning out.
dinosaur race. It's
Yeah.
not a car race.
And I love how you're watching it and it's all animation. But while watching it, you don't feel it.
It looks so natural.
It looks so
right?
real, yeah. It's like, oh, they trained these dinosaurs to run after this motorbike.
Yeah. So how the second movie ended is all the dinosaurs were released into the world. And so this third movie is all about how people are learning to live with dinosaurs in their world. So in the news, they share stories, dinosaur attacks here, and stuff like that. And then there's like a whole ecosystem with the dinosaurs, like illegal trades and stuff like that. So a lot of things is happening in the world with the dinosaurs.
Yeah, and I liked how they began the movie with that newsreel thing. So I think that it's catered for people like me who didn't watch movie 2 and just like along for the ride with their dates.
But it still follows the story of the clone, you know, the girl that was cloned, and that was all from Jurassic World 2. Yeah, so it follows on with her story and why is she so important. A lot of the old cast are back, like Henry Wu and some others that...
Was he in Jurassic World 2?
Yes, he was. Yeah. I like how the way that they were their own separate trio.
Yeah, they had like their little storyline.
Yeah, and then in the middle and the end, they all came together to work together. You know, so that was quite fun.
Yep.
Yeah, seeing how they all merge, and it was nice to see the relationships like between Ellie Sattler and Alan Grant. You know how it like it didn't end well in like the first Jurassic Park trilogy.
It didn't?
No, because Ellie Sattler married somebody else.
Oh, okay, and that was already in the movies.
Yeah, that was in Jurassic Park 3.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now it continues all their relationships with Ian Malcolm and everybody thrown in there. Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard did a good job as well. Yeah, same as how they were in the previous Jurassic World movies. It was just a continuation, their relationship, and then their daughter, and how they are protecting her, right? They're protecting her so much.
Yeah, but you know when he first came on in the desert scene, I was like, oh, it's Star-Lord.
Riding the horses, is it?
Yeah, he looks so much. It's like the styling, you know. I know that was a total aside.
I think because you see him more as Star-Lord than as this Owen Grady character from Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so eventually all our characters get to meet.
Eventually I forgot he was Star-Lord, so that's good.
Yeah. What do you think about the story?
I thought the story was... I thought it was good. It's believable for an unbelievable science fiction dinosaur movie.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
This is a science fiction action movie. So for the sci-fi part of it, I felt like more could have been done for the sci-fi part. But I also think that because a lot of the world building and all the sci-fi was introduced in the first two Jurassic World
Because that's the
movies.
genetic engineering things, right?
So I think it was already covered in the first two movies. So this third movie was all about the action. So this is a sci-fi action film. So the action was really there in this movie. There was a lot of action, a lot of dino action, but then not much of the sci-fi.
Yeah, so it's like someone coming to Jurassic World blind. I didn't feel like I needed more of the science. I was quite happy to be immersed in the action.
Okay. What do you think about the dinosaurs?
I like the dinosaurs. Yeah, I like how like the dinosaurs have their own expressions and mannerisms, and I probably should read up more about like the sounds that the dinosaurs make. I'm like, how do they know they make these sounds? It's just such good. It's either such good
The sound
imagination.
design was fantastic. Yeah, you really feel like, you know, when the dinosaurs are like stalking the people, then you hear the background like, and then like, and all the Dilophosaurus has that very iconic sound like.
Oh yeah.
You know? And then they also have that sound like when they are stalking the prey.
They do?
It has that very iconic Dilophosaurus sound that was from the first Jurassic Park movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was just thinking like when the two apex predators are fighting, they're also making this like roaring but not quite roaring sounds.
Like growling, is it?
Yeah, like growling. It's like
So the two apex predators in this movie are the T-Rex and the Giganotosaurus. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, it was like quite a nice battle between the dinosaurs, right?
There was that one scene where wasn't the T-Rex walked away when they were in the forest. I just thought when they were fighting and then the T-Rex walked away, I was like, oh wow, this is like nature.
Yeah.
You know, to me, I was like, oh, so that's how it is like in the wild, like the what you call that, the food chain.
The food chain.
So
yeah.
like the weaker predator knows that who's boss.
And then there's a walks away, right?
Yeah.
Like want to preserve its own life, right? Not like how, you know, in Jurassic Park 2 when the Spinosaurus and the T-Rex are fighting and then the Spinosaurus just killed off the T-Rex. This one, the T-Rex actually knew who was boss and decided to just walk away from
Maybe
the fight.
because they were in nature, not in the city.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They had a lot of different variations. That they had those cute little baby dinosaurs that they were carrying around. So some of them were quite cute, and then there were also the ferocious ones. I think the two dinosaurs that escaped from their pens, they were eating people left and right in the city. Like one guy was just on his e-scooter and then the dinosaur just ate him up. You know, there's a lot of the dinosaurs really had their appetites sated in this movie.
Because they're in civilization.
Yeah, they were eating a lot of people. Yeah, so that part of the movie was violent.
Yeah, and I think they did start with that question about like because we've created them, does that make us responsible for them?
Yeah.
So I guess there's a bit of this like bioethics.
That was the Ian Malcolm part of the movie.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He always brings that just because you can do it, should you do it kind of.
Yeah, and
right
I
to
guess
it.
they also talk about like, you know, the rights of clones, are clones people, that kind of. So there's a little bit of that conversation going on. But of course, that's not the focus of the movie.
Yeah, the focus is the dinos.
Yeah, but I can imagine like if you wanted to have like a bioethics discussion, this could be a good introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The story was alright, but I found the pacing to be a bit weird. Like some parts would be very slow, and then some parts would be very fast. And I don't know, is it because of the age of the first three actors that there's one scene where the Giganotosaurus was attacking them. It felt like there was a lot of cuts. Like suddenly they are here, suddenly they are there, and then like when they are running away from the dinosaur, it felt like the dinosaur was just waiting for them to run a certain distance and then it starts to chase them. Like they're trying to climb the ladder as fast as possible. But then the dinosaur is just like waiting at the side there until they're all on top of the gangway and then suddenly it decides to come and attack.
I guess that's the choreography of the whole...
Yeah, so I don't know, is it because of the three older actors, they are not so, energetic, so they had to slow down the scenes a bit.
I didn't feel that. So I think throughout, so that particular scene, I don't feel like it was choppy or anything. To me, it flowed.
No, to me it's like they were climbing up the ladder.
Yeah.
So the girl was in the middle when the Giganotosaurus tore it off, right?
Yeah.
So below was still Owen and Claire. So Owen and Claire were still below and they were trying to climb the ladder. And then the next scene they were all on top of the gangway already.
Oh yeah.
They didn't really show them climbing up the ladder. So it was like, these kind of cuts were a bit choppy for me.
Okay, well you must have been really paying attention.
Yeah, like suddenly it's so jarring. Like they were trying to escape from the dinosaur and then suddenly they're all up there. Yeah, it's small things like that throughout the movie that it's noticeable lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
For me, I didn't notice
But now that when I say it,
now that you say it, like I think I did. I was thinking to myself when Ian Malcolm was waving when he was
fire.
distracting the dinosaur.
Yeah.
I was thinking to myself, how is he gonna go up? And then it seemed that okay, he's there. Yay! Maybe I missed something.
yeah, they seem to be able to teleport all over the place.
Different kind of science fiction.
Yeah, but that fire thing was cool. Like it was like a throwback to how Alan Grant distracted the T-Rex in the first movie with the flare. Then Ian Malcolm was doing the same thing in this movie.
Yeah, and I think the other throwbacks image was when they were in the car and then you have like the dino teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So Ian Malcolm crawled into an overturned vehicle and then the dinosaurs like stalking around it.
Yeah, and then you can hear the breathing and the teeth.
Yeah, it was very reminiscent. There's a lot. If you are very familiar with the first Jurassic Park movie, you will find a lot of small little references throughout that will throw back. So that was quite cool. I found it quite cool. I found the villain to be interesting, considering the villain had such a tiny role in the first Jurassic Park movie. The villain is Dodgson. So Dodgson is the guy who met Dennis Nedry at the start of Jurassic Park 1 to buy over the dino embryos from him illegally. So he asked him to put it in the shaving cream can, which actually appears in this movie as well. Like it's like he takes it at the end, right? He tries to rescue it from the island, right? Yeah. So I found his villain to be very Steve Jobsy.
In the beginning,
it was like a very Steve Jobs villainy.
But that was kind of like, that was the act though. Like when he is himself, that's where the businessman part of him kind of like it was all an act.
Yeah, but I think he did a good job. One of the things that I wanted to see in this movie also was like the two kids from the first movie coming back.
As grown-ups.
Yeah, Tim and Lex.
They'll be like in their 40s though.
Yeah, but it would be nice to see them coming back as well. Since this is the last Jurassic World movie in this trilogy. Yeah, since they are bringing back like the first three characters or so, might as well bring them back the kids, right? They can't bring John Hammond back because he's dead. The actor is dead. So, yeah, like Tim and Lex would have been nice to see them all grown up and with the adults. Since they are adults.
But I wouldn't mark
so
down the movie because of that.
I was just hoping for some cameo from them, but it's okay. I didn't get it, but it's fine.
Okay.
So how much would you rate Jurassic World
After
Dominion?
giving this some thought, I would give it a 5.
Wow, 5 out of 5.
Yes.
Full marks. That's a second 5 out of 5.
Is it
ever.
only my second?
Yeah, the first was Spider-Man No Way Home, and this is your second.
Yeah, no, I thought that
Must have really enjoyed this one.
I wouldn't expect anything more from a dinosaur action movie.
Maybe if you had watched the second movie, you would appreciate this even more.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it. It'll be like off the charts or something. Yeah. Because I think that I was engaged throughout. I was engaged throughout the movie. I was on the edge of my seat. I'm not sure if you realized, but I was very tense through a lot of the scenes. You're like,
what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, so I thought it was really good.
Especially when that feathered raptor was stalking them in the ice. Then when he fell in and then he was like swimming around him, that part was quite thrilling, I found.
Yeah, and I liked how everything was just so real.
Yeah.
Like the dinosaurs, they were just so real.
Realistic. Yeah.
I just can't get over
they
how...
really did a good job with the CGI on this.
Yeah, I just can't get over how they have expressions. These are like lizards, okay, they're not lizards, but they're like reptiles.
Reptiles, yeah.
Like this scaly reptiles, and they've got like expressions, yeah.
I don't know how much of it is puppetry and how much is CGI, because I do know Jurassic Park and Jurassic World do use some amount of puppetry as well.
Like even like the eyes and like the I don't know how there was just something about it that was mesmerizing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. I did enjoy it as well. I do think that the first Jurassic World movie is the best of the trilogy.
Okay.
Yeah, the second and third ones are also good, but not as good as the first one. Yeah, because the first one had much better story and pacing. The second one and the third one...
you said the second one was more about like the relationship with the grandfather and the daughter.
Yeah, and then there was more horror also. It was a bit more horror with the raptor. Yeah, so this third one, they had some issues with the story and pacing.
I think because you were so looking forward to it.
Yeah, especially seeing the three of them back again, on the same screen.
Okay, so we might watch it again on D-Box.
Do you think it's recommended in IMAX? Seeing how big the screen was.
Wow.
I think it was more thrilling to see it so big. Everything was like the dinosaur, you see like the scale of it is like humongous.
Yeah. I
think it did make a difference.
Definitely, yeah. And I think the whole sound immersion as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So watch it on IMAX if you can. Alright.
Okay,
guys, thanks for watching our movie review of Jurassic World Dominion.
If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel.
If you got any of the dino names wrong, please let us know down below and let us know what you think about this movie if you've watched it as well. Alright?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye-bye.